What's up, everybody? I'm Matrix, and this time we're going to be playing through Elden Ring New Game Plus. This is going to be an aimless, casual playthrough, and I'm not going to do every boss and collect every remembrance, and it's really just going to be for fun. So let's get started.
The fallen leaves tell a story. The great Elden Ring was shattered. In our home, across the fog, the lands between. Now, Queen Marika the Eternal is nowhere to be found. And in the night of the Black Knives, Godwyn the Golden was first to perish. Soon, Marika's offspring, demigods all, claimed the shards of the Elden Ring. The mad taint of their newfound strength triggered the shattering. A war from which no lord arose. A war leading to abandonment by the greater will. Oh, rise now, ye tarnished, ye dead who yet live. The call of long-lost grace speaks to us all. Horalu, chieftain of the Badlands, the ever-brilliant Gold Mask. Fear, the deathbed companion, the loathsome dung-eater, and Sir Gideon Ofnir, the all-knowing. And one other, whom grace would again bless, a tarnished of no renown. Cross the fog to the lands between, to stand before the Elden Ring and become the Elden Lord.
First things first, I'm going to show my build. and my equipment. You can see I've got 80 faith because I made her a pure faith build, but she's also a holy knight, so I've got enough endurance to wield the weapons I want to wield. She doesn't have a ton of strength, so I can't use a whole variety of weapons, so I tend to stick to just a few anyway, so that's not that big of a deal to me. You can see I've got some of my stuff upgraded to plus 25. And I farmed the clean rot armor because it looks most like what I normally make her wear. And you can see that I only have 20 endurance, which I couldn't believe I was able to wield the weapons and wear the armor that I'm wearing and get away with it and still move fast, although I am wearing the Great Jar's arsenal, so that does help. But still, 20 endurance compared to the old Souls games is pretty low. Ordinarily, you're supposed to die against that boss. In New Game, I'll usually just run and jump over the edge of the cliff there so I can skip the boss fight.
Don't worry, Tauren. Fortune is on her side. We found her here after all. One of her kind is sure to seek the Elden Ring. Even if it does violate the Golden Order.
So this leads into the tutorial area. And I am going to run through it so I can fight the boss down here, and then I'll get into the overworld. Sites of Grace. These function like bonfires from the Dark Souls series. One thing I will say about Souls players is that so many of them like to roll around and dodge everything, but I've never been that type of player. I like to use a shield. I do roll, I'm just not very good at it. Focusing on blocking attacks has always been more my style ever since Demon's Souls. Thought I was going to be a cool guy there and use my weapon art on him, but he punished me for it. Now that we're done with the tutorial area, we'll get out of here and go into the field. Sitting down at the Graces, you can see you can do things like get into your chest and eventually level up. So you don't have to talk to a maiden at a hub area to level up in this game, which is nice. Okay, so I'm going to cut out all the dialogue with NPCs so nobody has to listen to it and waste everybody's time. But look out here into the field and you can see one of the first field bosses. First time I played this game back in March 2022, I could tell he was trouble. And lo and behold, I would get summoned into people's games at level 7 or whatever the prophet starts at, and they'd want to fight this guy, and everybody was getting their ass beat by him. But because this is New Game Plus and I've got all my weapons upgraded, I'm going to fight him now and see how it works out. That shield's a lifesaver. I'm not real good at rolling, so I would have got smashed all over the place trying to mess around with him if I wasn't using one. Fortunately, since this is New Game Plus and the game is nice, I've still got all my maps here, so I don't have to wander around in the fog. First destination is this church over here. One of the nice things about this game is that when you're running or sprinting, you don't lose stamina unless you're in a fight.
Goodbye. Nice to do business.
Alright. Since we don't have Torrent yet, I'm going to have to run on foot through the Gatefront. And that's down this way. These soldiers are not too tough, so this won't be too much of a problem. And this game lets you sneak around. You can get right up on an enemy's back and bump into them. They still won't notice you. In the early days of the game, I snuck around everywhere trying to be cautious, but that gets kind of boring, so I don't do that too much anymore. Maybe later when the enemies start to hit harder. I can't even remember what's in this cave, so this is going to be a surprise for me. I haven't been in here since the game was new. I'll be honest, I am burned out on the Souls series in general. I've been playing these games since Demon Souls was new in 2009, and by the time Elden Ring came out, I was just tired of the series in general. But I was practicing on the bosses and having fun with random co-op, and I eventually decided, screw it, I'll just record the game. It should be fun. Besides, somebody here on YouTube asked me if I would, and I originally said no, but I kind of changed my mind on that, so here it is. Not too bad. At the end of caves, it often have little glowing area that you can touch that'll warp you back to the beginning so you don't have to backtrack. Here's one of the most major farming areas for the early game, the Gatefront ruins. Lots of soldiers over here.
Greetings, traveller from beyond the fog. I am Melina. I offer you an accord. Have you heard of the Finger Maidens? They serve the Two Fingers, offering guidance and aid to the Tarnished. But you, I am afraid, are maidenless. I can play the role of maiden, turning runes into strength to aid you in your search for the Elden Ring. You need only take me with you to the foot of the Erd Tree. Then it's settled. Summon me by grace to turn runes into strength. Ah, another matter. Torrent has chosen you. Treat him with respect.
You can see now it'll let me level up here at the Grace sites, much like Dark Souls 1 would do. Now that I've got the horse, I'm going to run around and go to the Weeping Peninsula, and then I'll probably end the video there. One of the things that initially turned me off about this game was that with faith characters, I thought that all of your damage had to be holy, and I didn't realize that flame art was, viable. So I was using holy weapons against some of the bosses, and a lot of the bosses are strong against holy damage, and I wasn't doing very much because of that. But then I found out that flame art was faith-based and fire damage was pretty strong against enemies, so I started using fire weapons, and you can see how much damage I do. And there's the Knight's Cavalry, one of my favorite bosses in the game, so I'm going to fight him. As their name states, they only show up at night, and they're in a lot of different areas in the game, so you get to fight them quite a few times. Running on the horse will take your stamina as well, but you can see that because I'm not in a fight, I'm making the horse run fast and it's not taking my stamina down. And there's a spirit spring. If you jump on that while you're riding the horse, you'll fly way up into the air. I'll go exploring over there later, though. I just want to get to the Weeping Peninsula so I can save and quit. Alright, so next time I'll go explore the Weeping Peninsula and Castle Morn, and we'll fight the boss down there and maybe go wandering in some other places. This video is kind of short, mostly because there was a lot of talking and stuff and in cutscenes, and we won't have to focus too much on that in the future. So as for that, I'll see everybody next time. Thanks for watching.